So, or a scam call, or a scammer, however you want to call it. So I got one yesterday, and it was, so I'm going to go over just this one. I think I've had it once before, if I'm recalling correctly. When I lived in California, was the first time. And then again recently. So I was like, it's worth noting. So the call, they'll say they're from, like they said they're from my bank, listed the bank name, then did my full name, like first name, not my full name, my first name, middle initial, and last name. Last 4 digits of the card says there's been fraudulent activity. Here's a case number call, about the case number so we can get this fixed. And there's been a hold placed on your card, so you can't use it until you've called. And it's kind of like, well, first off, it wasn't the number of my bank. I've actually had like unusual activity before, and there's a number, and it wasn't that number. So I was like, okay, it's not my bank's number. So, but what are other ways to check? So what are like 2 checks? Safety, first check safety, second check security. So it's like, well, this is pretty easy. They said fraudulent activity, so just go online and see if there's been any activity. Unusual activity, 0. Unusual activity. Okay, it's like, okay, so it's a scam call, which I kind of already guessed, but that's the safety. Okay, I've checked and there's no activity. If I wanted 100% certainty that it is a scam call, what else could I do? I thought, I'll go and try and use the card. That's the easiest thing to do, right? They're saying there's been unusual activity and we've put a hold on your account. So that means if this is a true call, if this person is telling the truth, I won't be able to use my card. It'll be declined at the store. I know because I've had unusual activity before. And so I went to the store and I used my card and it was just no problem. So I was like, there we go. Not the right number, no unusual activity online, and I was able to use the card. So it was just kind of like scam call, which some people are like, oh, it's not a scam call, just call your bank and stuff. And I'm just like, at some point, it's good. I recommend trying to figure out ways to just be like, how can I check? It's good to keep up on one's finances and have kind of simple checks. And so those were my simple checks, is not the right number, checking online activity and finding 0 unusual activity, and then being able to use the card. So checking if I can use the card, and I was able to. And so that disproves kind of all of the claims this scam caller made. I was just like, all right, they lie, but that's what they do.